Peace and blessings is real. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, through His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, for allowing this word to come out. I hope you sincere brothers and sisters is edified by this word. And we're going to name this word, man. I really don't have the exact title, but as I put this lesson together, I will have the appropriate title. I will say I'm going to come to you from Ecclesiastes, the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verses 1 through 8 is the scriptures we're going to speak about. And in this word, man, first and foremost, I appreciate you sincere brothers and sisters that's taking the time to listen to this word. I really hope that this word nourished the hungry souls. And but what I want to speak about is in this thing we call life. I want you to understand a lot of things happen in this life, and I don't want you to be surprised or be astonished or be appalled by some of the things that happen in this life. You know, in this life, man, I'll just say it this way: if you can embrace the laughing, you should be able to deal with the crying. If you can embrace life, you should be able to also embrace death. Okay? If you can embrace smiling, you can embrace frowning as well. If you can embrace good days, then you damn well should be able to embrace bad days. If you can embrace the good times, you can also embrace the bad times. You know, when everything is great, if you can embrace that, you should also be able to embrace things when they're not so great. That's just life, brothers and sisters. You know, if we can deal with the feel good, we should also be able to deal with the pain. It comes with life. And I think that we must understand that and realize that. So when we're in these different spaces of life, whether we're sad, think about the time when you was glad. You know, when it's time that you're crying, think about the times when you was laughing. You know, when you're dealing with the days of dealing with a sickness or being sick, think about the days when you were healthy. You know, when you're dealing with the days of being upset, think about the days when you were happy. You know, days you feel like you have a hateful spirit, think about the days when you had a loveful spirit. This is life, y'all. Ups and downs of life, man. It is what it is. So if you find yourself in any of these spaces of life, just understand it comes to territory. In Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1, and it reads, "To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven." You hear that? There is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Verse 2, a time to be born and a time to die. So you know when people are born, when babies are born, it's exciting. You're the happiest you can be. But also understand there's also a time to die. And when people die, people are sad. So you see how happy, you can be happy at 1 minute and sad the next minute. It's just part of life, man. It's called balance. And we have to embrace that. It says a time to plant and a time to pluck. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. Verse 3, Ecclesiastes chapter 3. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to break down and a time to build up. You see, it all equates to balance. It says a time to kill. So there's a season, man, where, you know, you kill things. It don't necessarily have to be a person. It can be a job. It can be a bad energy. It can be a lot of different things, man. Negativity in your life, toxicity, if I'm saying it right. You can kill that out your life. A lot of different things. It don't necessarily mean literally kill somebody, but it's a time to kill It's a time to war, in other words, and a time to heal. So there's a time, man, where you're going to go through things in life. And you have to take that time to deal with that, whether it's death, whether it's a job loss, whether it's a marriage, whether it's a friendship. No matter what it is, you have to have that time to heal. It says a time to break down and a time to build up. So when you feel like you're in the breakdown stage of your life, don't panic. That's just part of it. And then it's a time when you got to pick yourself up. We all fall. We all have to be able to get up. Verse 4, Ecclesiastes chapter 3. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. You see that? There's a time that you're going to cry, and it's a time you're going to laugh. Laugh now, cry later. Cry later, laugh now. However you want to slice that, that's just part of life, man. It's going to be a time where you're weeping and crying. It's going to be a time when you laughing your ass off, tickle pink laughing. A time to mourn. Once again, death come with this life. So it will be a time that you will mourn. And it's okay because it come with this life. And a time to dance. Yeah, brothers and sisters, please understand, man, this is what it is, man. Verse 5, Ecclesiastes chapter 3. A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. So it'll be a time in life where, hey, man, you openly embrace people. You openly embrace the situation. And it'll be a time in life where you kind of like, not right now. And that's just life. Verse 6, a time to get and a time to lose. A time to keep and a time to cast away. It's all part of life, man. It's a time to get what you're supposed to get. And it's a time that you're going to lose things, whether it's a friendship, whether it's money, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a job. You know, whether it's a valuable item, whatever the case may be. It's part of life, man. A time to keep and a time to cast away. Verse 7, Ecclesiastes chapter 3. A time to rend and a time to sow. A time to keep silence and a time to speak. And that's a big one. Sometimes in life, man, you just have to be silent. Don't say nothing. Sometimes in life, you just have to be silent. And then there's a time to speak. The scriptures say even a fool is deemed wise if he holdeth his tongue. So there is a time, man, where you just be silent. And then there's a time to speak. And when it's time for you to speak, man, if it ain't nothing wholesome, if it ain't something that's building a person up, if it ain't something that's embracing a person, if it ain't something that's positive, man, why even speak? In verse 8, Ecclesiastes chapter 3, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. A time to love. So there's a time, man, there's a season to love. I want to love all day, every day, all season. That's the lifestyle I want. So I don't want it to just be a season. I want it to be my lifestyle when it comes to love. It says a time to love and a time to hate. So it's going to be times in your life where you have a hateful spirit on you. I'm not advocating for you to do that, but the scripture's simply saying there will be a time that you love. There's going to be a time to hate. So since you know that comes with life, why not balance? Why not lean more towards love and kind of shy away from hate when you get in that space? It's a time of war and a time of peace. It's a time, man, you're going to be fighting. It's a time you're going to be at war. And then it's a time that you end the war. It's a time that you be at peace. And if you don't get nothing else from this word, brothers and sisters, what I want you to get from Ecclesiastes 3 verse 8 is a time to love and a time of peace, man. And let's get away from the time we're in hateful spirit, and let's get away from the time when we're in war. That's all I got for you, man. I hope you sincere. Brothers and sisters was edified by this word. And we give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh through his only begotten Son, Yahushua, for allowing this word to come out, man. Shalom already.